Hi everyone. So in this video we will go through MySQL Workbench. So we will try to go through the functionality and how we can work with ER diagrams. We will learn how to create it from scratch. So let us begin. Let me click on once we can go to this tab where we will see a model tab, and over here we can click on plus sign. This is for a new diagram, ER diagram. I can click on a add diagram button, and I will be easily shown to this tab. Over here I can see at the top I can create a new document. I can open a model from my computer. I can save this model. I can undo, redo. I can hide the grid lines like this, or I can align the objects according to the grid lines using this, and along with that I can add new diagrams to this document. So if I go over here, uh, so this is a document, and this can comprise of multiple diagrams. So I can, using this button, I can add more diagrams to this document. Okay, and once I am done with this, I'll show you how to export into a MySQL Workbench file, which can be shared with other person and can be opened using MySQL Workbench, and also how to export this into a proper SQL format so that you can directly uh, run it onto a MySQL database, and the tables and everything will be automatically created. So let us now begin with creating a with tables, and let us just begin with the diagrams. Once I click on this, I can add a new table using here. And if I double click on it, this pop-up will come up. In this pop-up, I can see that this is the table name. Let us just create a table called users. In the users, so once I click outside, it will be automatically changed. I can add columns, and based on that I can click on different values. Say for example, it can be a primary key. If it will be a not null, I can check this out. Let me just click create one. Say for example, I'm creating ID, so it is a primary key and it has to be not null. It can be unique. It can, if it's a binary, I can check on this. If it's a unique, I can check on this. For zero fill, I can click on this. For auto generate, like auto incremented values, which IDs are generally, or which IDs generally are, I can check on this. And then this is for generated, and I can click on write on comments over here for this particular column. Along with that, there are indexes, foreign details about the foreign keys, triggers, partitioning options, inserts, and privileges. So all the values related to a particular table can be configured over here. I'm not going to this individual tabs because this is a very basic tutorial, and just to give you an overview of the whole basic functionality of MySQL Workbench. So just let us quickly create the table. So I can have something called first name, then I can make it not null, then I can have last name, I can have not null, I can have something called um, status. Let it be status. I can change the type from here, so I can make it an integer, and I can also make it not null. So after this, I can click on this one, it will minimize it. So like this. So I have created a user table. For this user table, let me create one more table over here with, say for example, address. So address, and in this address table, I can have ID with auto incremented. I can have address line 1 can have address 92. I can have, let's keep it like, and I can have zip code or pin code. So let us keep it like this. Apart from that, we can have something called, in address, we can have something called a city table. City with ID and name, not none. And we can have a country, we can not this, we can have a country table like this. So we can have something called A, and then after increment it again, name for country names, and this will be not none. Now this is done. A basic we have basic diagram where we have four tables. A user can have a single address or multiple address based on different business logics, and an address will have a one-to-one relationship with cities and one-to-one relationship with countries. So let us just quickly build this relationship. So here we can see various options. So I'll select one-to-one from this to this. So an address ID is generated. This is not correct. It will be in reverse format. So we will have a city ID for this address. Similarly, we will have a country ID in this address table. So we have a relationship of country and city. Just let me quickly. And then for users, for one-to-many relationship, we can do the same. So what we can do is like we can have a user ID. So you can see now we have created one-to-many relationships. Okay, where we have like a user ID foreign key over here. Then we have a country and a city table relationship with country ID and city ID respectively. So this is a basic ER diagram which I've just created, and this is just to show you how we can quickly create this. And once this is done, we will be able to easily visualize how data will flow in any application. And if this is done correct, all the applications which we will be building, or any application, let it be small or big, can be easily created without any like data related bugs. And this is a very important aspect of application development. Let me give you one more example. Say for example, we have a user table. In this user table, if we mark this as not null, so if these are not null, this means in the front end form this will be a required field. If say for example first name is not null and this can be null, this last name, if last name is nullable, then the first name field in the form front end from where these values will be put will be required. First name will be required, but last name will not be can be optional. So this is very important step of any application development. Another thing is that if I click on this, I can copy the SQL to clipboard. So if I do that, you will be able to see. Let me just quickly open another editor. And so let me just, yes, so if I paste it out, you'll see that yes, this create statement is automatically generated, and I haven't done anything. What I have done is like I have just clicked on this and I clicked on copy SQL to clipboard. So if I select on this, something like I get the full SQL query. Also, let me go to other feature. If I click on this, and then I can copy column names to clipboard, I can copy insert template to clipboard, and let me just do this copy. And if I click on this, so I get the columns name copied over here. How this is useful is that this are useful in case of you are creating a select query. Along with that, So this is so far how we can deal with the diagrams. Now, for like using this diagram, if we want to create the database quickly, what we have over here is like we have tools like forward engineering, where we can actually connect right now with the database and I can execute the query, and this will actually uh, create the whole table automatically inside this database. So this functionality is also there. I will talk about this in next tutorial. And along with that, if you want to export this file, say for example, if you need to share this with someone, so what you can do is like you can click on file and then you can save model as. So save, if you click on save model as, it will create a MWB file, which is MySQL Workbench file, and this can be shared with anyone, and anyone who is using this MySQL Workbench software can easily open this up and edit up very easily. Along with that, if they don't have access to this MySQL Workbench, then what you can actually do is like you can export it as PNG, SVG, or PDF. So these are separate, like these are the different formats in which you can export. So this is so far in this tutorial, and we will discuss more about this in next tutorials. Thank you.